Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to say Shalom to Akamakwath out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, He Loves His Kingdom. Alright? With a bunch of O's in there. Alright? He loves His Kingdom. Okay? And this comes from a video that I saw on Reddit, as it tends to most of the time now. And I saw it. It's really pathetic, man. It's really pathetic. And, the thoughts got a brewing. Alright? When you see how Esau acts, they really love their kingdom just so much. And they're just so upset that the current state that it's in, so upset that, Jake is, trending, as it were, all right, if that's what you want to call it. Jake is trending, all right, Jake's in, all right, Jake is the new white, really, for lack of a better sense or a better word, It used to be cool to be white. It used to be, good to be white, be an Edomite, so-called white, have pale skin, unmelanated skin. It used to be real cool. It's not so cool anymore, man, because Esau's kingdom is falling, man. And, now it's cool to have curly hair, and all the white boys are going and getting perms, and, now all the white girls want to hang around all the dark-skinned men, and all the white boys want to hang around the dark-skinned girls, and, it's not really cool to be a white anymore, You get made fun of for being white, So, it's Esau, he just wants things to go back the way it was, and it ain't gonna go back, alright? The changes are happening for a reason, man. We're going through a power shift here, ultimately, at the end of the day, where you're gonna be brought low, alright, when Yahweh Shai returns, and he's gonna destroy your kingdom and your society, and it's gonna go away, alright, and you're gonna go away into captivity, okay? And that's gonna be that change, man. The slaves are gonna become the rulers, and the rulers are gonna become the slaves, okay? We're gonna be ruling over you, alright? Israel shall rule over their oppressors. Alright, let me go and get that. Let me see. How do I want to do this without, let me see. Let me check something. Let me get it. This is Isaiah 14:2, but let me see if I can get it right here. Come on. It says Isaiah 14:2, and the people shall take them. And, we could really get one up, but this will probably do. Let me see. No, this will do. I meant this one. Yeah, we'll go with one. Isaiah 14:1, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob. All right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans going back to their respective tribes. The so-called Negroes going back to Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. And then, that makes up the southern kingdom. And then the northern kingdom, there's a lot, but you got, Naphtali, Manasseh, Gad. Gad is the Native American Indians. You got Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. You got Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. All right? You got a lot of them, okay? So, that's who the Lord's going to have mercy on. Well, I mean, not just necessarily you because of what your bloodline is, but most notably if you're of the elect. But, Israel in general is going to receive, some form of salvation. They're all going to receive salvation in a way, not in this time. Now, I'll rephrase that. Not salvation, but, what's the word I'm looking for? Because salvation is, when Yahushua comes back and saves you from this place. But, a reward, okay, for lack of a better word, a reward, an inheritance, okay, Slakia, an inheritance, but that's not something to strive for, of just being 2/3 and then getting your inheritance, because you're going to have a lesser inheritance than those that were of the elect. I mean, you're going to still be, just lusciously rich, okay, in abundance, but it's going to still be on a lower scale than the elect men and the 144,000. Okay, so continue in Isaiah 14:1, it says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So these strangers are referring to the heathen nations. Okay, most notably, you know, this big one that's being spoke of right now is Esau. All right, that we're speaking of course. And the main one that's gonna, you know, just completely, you know, they're all the nations are gonna hate slavery, but in captivity, I imagine, you know, Esau is gonna absolutely, you know, dread it the most of all, right? Because he had it the highest of all, right? Isaiah 14:2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, that's Israel, for servants and handmaids, look up those words, all right, slaves, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So Esau, man, they're not ready for that. They're not ready for that at all, okay? They're not ready for that because he loves his kingdom. He's not ready for it to go. All right, he's not ready for it to fall and him to have to pay the piper. Because remember, you're all good when the piping was being had. But now, you know, that the time for payment has come, you don't want to do it. Well, you got to pay the piper, man. Ain't you read that story? Don't you know the repercussions, man? You know, instead of your children being led astray, man, it's just going to be, you're going to be brought right into captivity. And there's no way you can even buy your way out of it. And we have money, we know. It ain't worth shit. You don't really have money. I mean, you have our gold somewhere, more than likely in the Vatican, but the money that you quote unquote have, it ain't nothing. You can just print that. You know, if I had access to that printer, man, I'd be rich as hell because I could just print the money. It's not backed by anything. It's not gold backed. It's not silver backed. Okay, that's not anymore. Okay, hell, even the quarters and the pennies. A lot of pennies they're only coated with copper. Copper, a relatively cheap metal. All right, not so anymore because of inflation and the way that metals have gotten. But pennies are only coated with copper now. The lowest denomination, 1 cent. 1 cent, just coated with copper. It's mostly zinc, okay? And I believe it's the same thing with quarters because quarters actually used to have bits of silver in them, okay? Or I think some of them might have actually had little bits of gold in them too because around the edge they used to have like a goldish look. I could be wrong. That's something you'd have to look up for yourself. Again, I'm not a currency expert. But here's this video.
We're headed down a path.
Go back.
Hey God,
look at this.
We need some
There's
help.
Edomite daughter number 1. Edomite daughter.
Devil's been a busy
2
man,
and 3. Okay.
bullying us all.
Edomite wife.
He's
Here comes Edomite dad with
made us pick a
flag
side.
draped
Now
around
we're
him
fister
like he's super Edomite. All right,
We're headed
look
down
at this
a path
shit,
where
man. I'll wait until
mass
the video's over.
can't save us.
Now they're praying
So
to the
Lord,
flag.
I pray
They're praying to the flag, man.
with all my mind.
So
Hey,
here's the
God.
thing. Look, in the background right here, that's a flag on the wall and a flag that's on top of the flag. You got a flag that's facing left with a flag that's on top of that flag. And here comes the dad with another flag. How many flags you need, man? What you doing? I'm surprised he ain't wearing a flag shirt with some flag shoes. Surprised he ain't got those Air Force Trumps, right? I'm surprised he ain't fucking Air Force Trumps, man. That was ridiculous. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Look at these, man. Damn Air Force Trumps. Gold shoes with the American flag wrapped around. Yeah, it just looks terrible, don't it? You know, it do just look awful. You know, and that's the way he's gonna interact with the black community because black people speak with sneakers. Remember that shit? Remember that statement? Oh my gosh, man. Whew, surprised he ain't wearing them though. Where's his Trump Bible at? Somebody get this man a Trump Bible. Hashtag freedom, hashtag prayer, hashtag need God strength, spelt strength wrong, hashtag hurt, hashtag anxiety, hashtag love, hashtag the American family, hashtag FYP, whatever that means. You know, it's just ridiculous. You know, look at the, and that's a depressing ass family, man. That's the type of family that daddy comes home early one day and kills the whole family. That's the type of family that this is. But you see it, man. It's ridiculous. Now they're praying to what? Who are they praying to? God? Jesus? Who are they putting? The flag? Because, I mean, they can't be praying to even Jesus with that because you would pray to a picture of Caesar Borgia, wouldn't you? Not a picture of the flag. But these Edomites have the God bless America thing, not knowing that the Lord hates America, man. The Lord hates America. The Lord's going to destroy this place. Absolutely. All right? Babylon will be destroyed. All right? get this. Revelation 11:15. Oops. We'll go with verse 12. So Revelation 11 and 12. It says, "And they heard a great voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them." This is speaking of the elect going up into those chariots, which you would call the UFOs. "In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell." Now that great earthquake is speaking of, that rumble on the ground when those nuclear warheads hit. Okay, and the 10th part of the city fell. Now, if you know anything about, FEMA, is that America, all right, is divided by 10 FEMA sections. Okay, the 10th part of the city falling is, the spiritual equivalent of, Babylon being officially destroyed, because the last quadrant, okay, has been destroyed. It's not only spiritual but physical as well, because it's a physical thing that's going to happen, all right, in the time of Jacob's trouble. "In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. Well, that's not a lot, right? 7,000. Well, another thing you got to realize in the Bible, and this is why Christians don't really understand what they're reading or what they're hearing, is because they don't understand the terminology within the Bible. If you know anything about the Bible, okay, you know that 7 is a number that's referenced to completion, all right, because, that's how many days of the week there are, all right, because there were 7 days that Yahweh made when he created the earth, all right, and he rested on the 7th, okay, and again, that's the 7th day. So the 7th day is completion. That marks completion, because that's when Yahweh was done with his creation. Okay, so on the 7th day he rested. So 7 means completion. 7,000, whether it's 700, 7. All right, it means completion. So a complete number of men that needed to fall fell. All right, which is all the 2/3 and all the heathens. Okay, save for some of the heathens that were set aside. Okay, not saved. Okay, but set aside to go into captivity. Right off the bat. It says, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant, all right, the remnant's the elect. The remnant, if you have a remnant of, if you have a pizza and you take 2/3 out of it, here it is, it's a whole, all right, there's 2/3, all right, you take that out, all right, and you throw that in the trash, and what do you have left? You have left that 1/3, all right, that's the remnant of the pizza. That would be the remaining, all right, the remainder. All right, remnant, all right, remainder, remnant, okay, goes back to that word rem. Actually, as a matter of fact, oops, we'll get that back in a minute, Lord willing. Let me go get that back real quick. Oops. Slack, yeah. All right, the remnant were affrighted. Let me finish it up. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. So let's go and get that word rem. Well, we got to probably get the word remnant and then get the remnant. All right, a remaining part or quality, that which is left or remains. All right, remaining, leftover. All right, it says left behind, but that's not what it's talking about. All right. Look at this. Remain from the late 15th century. Those left over or surviving. So, means word forming element. Back from, back to the. Undoing, again, anew. All right. What is nant, man? Nant. Well, it can probably tell us down here. Well, guess not. Well, we pretty much got it anyway. So it says, it's continuing on, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. Verse 14, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That third woe is that World War III. It says, and the 7th angel sounded, and this is the part we were getting, and the 7th angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven, saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his anointed, and he shall reign forever and ever. So this society, he's so upset because this society is going to become the Lord's society, and he doesn't want that. He wants it to stay his society because he's a greedy bastard. Okay, he doesn't want to give anybody else any ounce of power. It's all him. It's all him. Okay, it's all him. Esau can go over to Moab, all right, Moab's land, China, and they can work their way up into a way of power. Okay, Moab can't really do that in Esau's society. I mean, they can in a way, but not like Esau would be able to do over there, because they love Esau. All these nations, they love Esau. That's big daddy to them, man. Oh, big daddy. That's them. Esau's big daddy to all these nations, man. That's why you see these Moabites, these Ishmaelites, they all follow after E. They all follow after E, man. That's what they do, because he's big daddy. All right, walking around, they got their hand in the pocket, What you gonna do, big daddy? You give me some money, big daddy? And Esau says, shut up. I'm not giving you shit. And say, okay, big daddy. What about next week? Maybe. These nations are ultimately they're getting pissed of it now too. That's why there's all these wars, because they're getting pissed of it, man. It's like, hey, man, we followed through with our deal. Why aren't you giving us, your half of the fucking deal, man? And that's why they come here, is to get rich. The nations of earth have waxed rich with the delicacies of her abundance, roughly paraphrasing, all right, as the scriptures say. So, and they have to the most part, but not like how E has. There are elites, but there's really the Moabites. They're nothing more than lesser luminaries. Okay, because all the elite there, Rothschilds and Vanderbilts and DuPonts and all of them, Rothschild, and there's another one I'm missing, but it's not coming to my mind. But hell, I always forget them. But hey, they're forgettable. They're forgettable people, but they're elites. It's all mostly East Edomite, Amalekite families. All right, small hat white, so-called white Edomite families. Okay, the banking families, most notably the Amalekite families. Okay, that are running shit. So, and they got the money, so they don't trust the Lord, as we're just getting ready to get into. So Psalm 52:7, it says, "Lo, this is the man," and really you could read all the way up because it's good, and we'll actually read up from 5. Why not? So this is Psalms 52:5. It says, "Yahweh shall likewise destroy thee forever," which is going to come to these people. "He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place." This is their dwelling place currently. "And root thee out of the land of the living, Selah. The righteous also shall see and fear and shall laugh at him. Lo, this is the man that made not Yahweh his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches." And riches can't deliver you at all. Okay, they can't do anything for you. And that's just for you Israelites, all right? These Edomites, they can't be delivered. These Edomites can't be delivered regardless, because they're Edomites, all right? Salvation is only for Israel. "And strengthen himself in his wickedness." It says, but, and that's what we can get. So verse 7, "Lo, this is the man that made not Yahweh his strength, but trusted in the abundance of his riches, and strengthened himself in his wickedness," by doing wicked acts. Strengthened himself by, silencing, making everything into a psyop and disinformation campaigns and all that stuff. That's how he strengthened himself. It's not through Yahweh Shem Shai, as we strengthen ourselves. All right, when we're ill or whatever we're going through, we call upon Yahweh Shem Shai. Esau doesn't do that. They strengthen themselves through their abundance of wealth and their wickedness. They say, oh man, you know what? People are really upset, with this situation that's happening right now. How can we resolve that? Well, we can kill these people. All right, we can release this new poison that'll kill people and put it in the form of, call it prime drink. All right, and make it blow up. Make sure it has its own shelf space. That's another thing. Just be wary, you brothers and sisters. I'm not saying prime in general. That shit's poison. It's all poison. But be wary when you see anything that has its full shelf dedicated to it, and it came right out. There's a movie back in the day. I mention it sometimes. You guys should go and watch. It's goofy, but it's called The Stuff. Okay, and that movie's back from the 80s, and that accurately portrays it. When there's something that just hits the shelf, all of a sudden you ain't heard none about it, no commercials, and it's just blowing up. Don't buy it. Don't be smart. Don't buy it. There's a reason for it, man. They're probably putting all sorts of shit in it. Microbots and chemicals and poisons, and you don't know what else is in it. Esau knows. He put it in there, but you don't know. Don't buy it. Okay? Like all of a sudden the things that I've seen popping off is Celsius energy drink water. Okay? Fucking Prime, which is a drink by I guess Kai Cenat and who's that? One of those fucking one of those fucking dudes. What's his name? I don't remember his name. He's not important either. I don't know if it's by the boxer or the other idiot. It's by one of them. I'd imagine it's by the one that boxes. Jake Paul or Logan Paul. One of them. I can't remember. I think Jake Paul is the one that fights. Logan Paul is the one who, like, did that video in the Japanese forest or something. I don't know. They're both fucking idiots. Both Edomite idiots. Doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But I think it's him and Kai Cenat, which is another streamer, and they put that. Just don't buy the shit. Those are the two that comes to mind. The other day, me and my wife were at Target, actually, matter of fact, yesterday, and there's this new product I never heard of. Full shelf space. What the fuck is that doing? I never even heard of this product. Full shelf space. Something's wrong with it. I don't know what's wrong with it. Something's wrong with it. Well, let me go and get Psalms 49:11. Then I got to head in. Let's go and get it. And then I'll finish this up, Lord willing, splice it together. Psalms 49:11, or I'll probably I've been having issues with my splicing program, so it might just get uploaded in two parts, part 1, part 2. Psalms 49:11 says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. This is Esau, right? Their if I could speak. Psalms 49:11 says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. And if you are wondering who these people are, they call their lands after their own names. And if you go and look up how America was named, it was named after Amerigo Vespucci. As a matter of fact, we'll probably get that in just a minute if I remember and snip it in. So we're going to cut it right there. Lord willing, I'll be back with you in just a moment.